You look really happy about life. Ambivalent at best. It's important that we know our landmarks and where to start, but that foot is a lot more functional now than it was 5 minutes ago. With a foot like this, where he's obviously grown an awful lot of foot in the last trimming cycle, it's important that we know our landmarks and where to start. A lot of what I'm looking at, I can do by memory because I've trimmed so many feet in my life. But actually, this is where removing a bit of sole comes into play, because that is all sole that should have exfoliated out but hasn't. And by doing that, you can see just how much foot is left in this hoof. Again, a lot of frog because it hasn't exfoliated out naturally. So all I'm doing is I'm taking that frog that should have shed naturally away. And then I can see where my external boundaries are for this foot. And I'm looking down at my heels and looking at where the little changes are. Here and here. And that is where I'm going to be trimming this foot to. And a lot of this is just down to the fact that we trim thousands and thousands of feet a year. So you know pretty much blindfolded what you should be doing. Good kid. Good kiddo. Everybody loves a slightly unruly Shetland. Good kiddo, hey? So when we're looking at it like this, it looks like a foot that's in a bit more proportion. But again, you can see under here, there's still more foot to come off. So we're just going to have another little snip on this. Which you can't really see because I've got to cover my chaps, but you know, we'll skip that for now. There we go. That's better. And then we're going to pull it forward and just give it a little tickle as a forward rest just to finish it off. But that foot is a lot more functional now than it was 5 minutes ago. And again, because I've trimmed that down now, I don't need to do much to the bottom. I'm just going to leave it like that. Very good. Because we've taken off a fair amount from the bottom, we need to leave that foot integrity intact. And you can't take off from the bottom and the top. It doesn't work like that. You've got to leave something there. These guys do a little bit of, not a lot. They're pretty much lovable companions, but you still got to be conscious of the fact that they've got a job to do and they've got to be sound out in the field and when they're doing little ride outs. Hey kid, if you get your front done, you look really happy about life. Ambivalent at best.